Hey guys, it's Lionel, you can call me E-Man, and welcome to the Dragon Warrior Super event. This is an event of multiple series, and if you're joining just now, you've missed a couple of them. However, this one is the least exciting, and we'll get to that later on. This event consists of a lot of new themes for people, mainly the golf new type of event. However, this is definitely the most beginner friendly, with a bunch of new event yokai, and of course you can get the past Super Warrior event yokai. Now, even though I don't know what they're saying in this text, they usually consist of telling the backstory of this type of event, mainly talking about the villain. This villain is Black Dragon Kotetsuru, which is the main villain, of course. He goes through multiple phases and multiple types of super forms. Of course, none of them won't be hard until you get to the final stage. Our friend in this adventure is White Dragon Adolescence. He's a Dragon God Emperor and is the ruler of Light Dragon Kingdom, which is what we're trying to save right now, because the evil Dark Dragon Karaktu took over it. Once you complete the first stage, you're finally getting to the main event. It is called Nice Shot Campaign, also basically known as Golf. Now, the main evil protagonist for this will be Black Evil Corpse Nekomata. There's also a chance for Lightwing Hariaka Heim to show up, which is the impossible stage for this event in this type of Great Shot event campaign. It'll be very easy and simple at first, and they would only go up by 150 health each level. However, this will slowly increase and overall add up. At level 40, he will have around 10k health plus. Right now it's telling you to use two types of versions. You can use 10 energy to use only around the base damage. However, if you want to, you can use all your energy at once and get 6 times the damage boost for that one wave. It is very powerful, however it's not recommended to the very late game of the events, also for the impossible stage for these events. It is rather self-explanatory. I did the tutorial and suffered through it just to show you. Basically, it will show you a map on top, you look at the arrow, and once you think your arrow is at the correct spot, click the behind at the right timing. Afterward, it's going to show a little arching. This arching you want to aim directly at the bubbles. If you aim too high, you might miss the entire enemy, and you get 0 points for that yokai. Every single yokai you have on your team will go. Once all yokai are done, you're done for that wave. You can come back and use another 10 energy, or if you're fully out of energy, you can use a G-Pack, is what I like to call them. Will replenish your energy. Its energy takes a mediocre amount of time to recover. It would take around 3 to 4 hours to get full energy back, so I do highly recommend saving your packs to the very end of the event, which you'll see why later. Once defeated, you'll be able to get a 20% wipe point boost. Plus, every time you're done with the wave, you'll get a certain amount of wipe points for how much health you've done. I get a little amount because it's level 1. But of course I get a 10% boost because he's also level 1. But since I defeated him, it gave me that boost. Usually that would only happen for the person who defeats it last. You can also have friends help you, and there's a whole different score for that we'll get into really soon. I can also show you the first stamp unlocked for the Neonbo coin, which is to complete stage 1. We will now talk about the Y-Point shop after beating level 2. This Y-Point shop is in every single type of event. This one specifically has some really low rank yokai, some score attack bonuses, and some mini soul secrets. The higher level you get from defeating this Nekomata, you'll get better rewards. And if you beat level 40, you'll not only unlock a lot of very powerful yokai for the beginner rank like me, but also you'll be able to buy Nekomata for himself, which will give you a boost against Hariaka Heim, the impossible stage afterwards. Of course, there's other rewards like Mega XP orbs, and also you can buy the G packs to refill your energy. Like I said, I would highly recommend saving these for the end of the levels in the impossible stage, since you'll be using every single one to complete them. Even though we haven't seen one yet, I'm going to talk about the impossible stage rewards. Now, instead of beating one and have to pay for Y points to unlock them, once you beat them, you have them instantly unlocked and you can get them for rewards. These are insanely powerful rewards, and even getting the yokai herself, which would be a ZC rank yokai. However, this is also kind of unfortunate because usually these are triples that are ranks or double, so this is actually really unfortunate that it's only one Z rank. However, this still are amazing rewards. Of course, there's also the friend shop I was talking about. I do highly recommend trying to get your friend score stats boosted. You can get a basic yokai from here, and also you can buy soul secrets, which would be nice overall on the end of the run. However, all at the bottom, you can get a boost for your damage and boost for Y point. I would heavily recommend getting that damage boost since it's very powerful. And also, that Y point boost doesn't hurt if you're just trying to grind Y points for the way. I'm going to continue until we get to the event yokai herself, Hayaki. She is honestly pretty basic and on one of the weaker ends, so this is why this is one of the most beginner friendly events. They definitely maybe try to make it weaker for this event. She's not so bad right now at level 1 with only around 2,100 health, which is really underwhelming for an impossible stage. I can easily beat this with one account, with 10 power, and no event yokai. Of course there are event yokai for her, however I'm not going to be talking about right now. After defeating her, you get some really good rewards that are really high tier, but not only that, you of course get the rewards for beating that type of level for her. I get a G-Pack for level 1, 500 wire points, which is really generous, and these watch parts that I'll also get into later on. We're now going to come back to the first hidden stage, do a 10 combo or more. Pretty self-explanatory. Tracers make this instantly easable. At level 9 by the way, not 10. Afterwards, you'll get your first hidden stage, Nyakamata Awaken. He is a decently powerful charming yokai. I would highly recommend bringing some chakra bars and trying to get him. I'm going to show you my experience of trying to get him. I'm going to show my experience getting all 3 of them actually. This one is, of course, the first hidden stage in stage 9, of course, so it is not supposed to be hard. So you can bring your befriend me, okay, with only 6k health and 370 damage, which is extremely underwhelming for an SS rank. I didn't get him first try, sadly, but that's usually how it goes when they're trying to get an SS rank. I also didn't get him second try. I didn't even get him third try. Maybe fourth tries to try? Yay, we got him. Like I said, he's a charming SS rank yokai that has pretty good power. He also does a middle screen popper, so he's not that terrible if you're trying to stack or flood. I'm now showing off a friend boost. Now if you can help your friends, I already said that you'll be able to get the score and this new type of points for the friends. However, these points and boosts are only temporary for this event. So whenever the next event comes around, there's another friend boost, then you have to refarm these. However, it is a pretty good buff if you have a free friend that needs some help. I'm showing off level 2, so I won't get a lot of points, and it was really easy to do. Of course, pretty much is the exact same style as if you're doing it regularly by yourself. And of course, the harder it is, the more points you get. After that, we're gonna go straight to the boss. The first boss of 3, actually 4. It is himself, Kokoru, Black Dragon. However, he's in his weakest state and is very low level. Although looking cool, he is extremely underwhelming. 315 attack and only around 5k health. Of course, I forgot to show off the beginning, so getting straight to the end of this battle actually. But you should not have trouble at all doing this, even with E-rank yokai. Of course, this is only stage 12, and not supposed to be hard. But prepare for this dude to hit really hard later on in the event. After defeating him, you'll get your second stamp. Defeat stage 12, which is him. Also, I didn't show off the third stamp, but it's complete level 5 of Nyakamata. We will now continue to the next hidden stage. But right before that, Hakiheim has some news to give us. As you can see, I actually technically failed Hakuheim. However, this was a very weird instance for me. Now, I was actually account scumming, which is basically using another account to help you, which I was using my main account, and actually a lot of people do this at early game. However, I actually beat it with my main account. However, since I didn't refresh it on my main account, or on this account specifically, I didn't actually get it completed. Now, you might also run into this instance if someone helps you. The only way to actually do this is to help or refresh your screen. Best way of doing that, like helping some of your friends or trying to do like a stage. Overall, reset your entire game. It's also very weird because I got my energy back even though I helped my friend just recently. So I did the exact same thing, and this time I didn't lose my energy yet again, but it did count me defeating Hakuheim. And for that, level 3 is completed. Like I said before, you get some pretty good rewards from it, even for level 3. But also, in the reward shop, you get a soul secret and another watch part. Well, not watch part. Yet again, it's complicated. We'll get into that right now, actually, because it's the best timing. You'll get these in your inventory, and these will actually stay permanently. You'll use it just like I am right now, kind of like a leadership or a pass, and it'll actually bring you to this. Which we'll talk about how if you complete this, you'll get rewards, and also it will take you back once you defeat the final boss. The first stage will always be Maximus N, and he will always give you, for the first time bonus, a part. A side part specifically. There's like 2 or 3 main parts and 2 side parts. He also, I think, drops a medium XP for every single time. I have done this around 8 to 9 times, and he always gave me the medium XP orb. So I do not know exactly if you can reform him over and over and get watch parts, but afterwards you also do need however, you do need an extra watch part piece. So I would highly recommend coming with these 2 pieces of papers. One to enter it and one to use one for the final stage. This one specifically will have 2 final bosses, which are honestly not so bad. I showed off the battle thinking it would be hard, but it's not that hard. However, I do kind of recommend bringing some of your powerful yokai because they could overall do a lot of damage. They're not that big of a joke, but they also are at the same time. Once you defeat them, one of them will give you a guaranteed main piece part, which usually the way to get those would be like defeating an impossible stage or completing the event entirely. They'll just give it for you free. After you get all 3 main parts, if you already have all 3 main parts, they'll give you the side part pieces, which usually will be like 15 crystals, bands, gears, whatever it will be. They will give you 15 or one of those actually. You must come back and refight them if you want to come and get more of those pieces. Even though you do get these as a beginner, this is pretty much for endgame players or mid-game players who have missed out on the watch but got most of the pieces. So this won't really consist or help you a lot later right now. But it is really nice to show off to show this, and also it might add up a total of later on events, since this type of event probably will come back a dozen more times. You might be able to get enough. Of course, after defeating stage 2, it instantly kicks you out and brings you back to your inventory. Like I said, you're going to have to reuse another card watch piece to get back in there, and yet again another one to actually fight the final boss stage. There's not really much else to say for it. Pretty simple, and just a small way to get watch pieces if you've missed out on the event. This watch specifically is extremely powerful, so I do heavily recommend trying to get it. Now for the hidden stage, you must link 20 Puni at once, or more if you need to, and you'll unlock Ashura, the SS rank legend yokai. He's actually extremely powerful, and right now is the only possible way to get him since they got rid of the American yokai watch Crankin' Kai. I would heavily recommend getting him. I didn't get him my first, or second, or third. I actually got him on my 8th try. Even though I didn't go through his stats, by the way, he did hit really hard, but he has a low amount of health, so you might be able to bring some befriendment, okay, which I did. But, yet again, this is the second hidden stage, so don't underestimate him. He is very powerful. show the SS rank Brave Legend Yokai, and in the middle, random screen Papa. Once you get his soul limit high enough level though, he'll randomly pop almost the entire screen. It's a very powerful yokai, and like I said, heavily recommend getting, especially since you can no longer get them. We now continue to the second boss, which is, yet again, Kakadu, Black Dragon, but he got cooler, is to say the least. Once you'll see is pretty much you'll be fighting for all 5 hidden stages. He is, yet again, not that powerful. Even though, if you want to read the text or the dialogue, you can. Usually these stories consist of 10, 20, or 100 years past the next event, so. But this is him finally going to his dragon state, at least slowly. And like I said just prior, he's not that powerful, and he honestly doesn't have much health, sadly. However, he does kind of do hit on the hard side. As you can see, I almost failed the fight, but I of course got into fever time. But he does hit hard, but with a low amount of hit points. Now you will get the 4 stamp unlocks, complete stage 28. After getting to stage 31, I think it's time to defeat level 3 of Hayakiheim. This is honestly still on the lower end for impossible stages, and one thing you'll see me at the start of this is actually use 10 power. However, I did start doing account scumming and using multiple accounts to do this. Of course, since I don't have that much friend on this account, it is a little bit harder to do. But I got it done anyways. The next levels will be when the impossible stage really boosts. Anyways, get 500 Y points yet again, and another watch part. Pretty underwhelming for level 3. Now for the third and final hidden stage, get a score of 700,000 or more. This one should be really easy and simple one to get to this point, since if you're using continues, I don't recommend doing this event. But if you get to this point with no continues, this should be pretty easy to get. Now, don't be confused. This is not the actual event yokai with the boost, like I thought it was also for some reason. This is the weaker version. They're the triple S rank, and the Kunkai that you can get, but this is not her. Anyways, she does extremely powerful damage, and has a lot amount of health. These hidden stages are not supposed to be taken lightly. I actually died this first attempt, because I want my brave team, or befriendment. But once I bring my real powerful team, I didn't. While I was fighting her though, Hagenheim finally lost. Well, I lost against her. Of course, this time I'm gonna show off exactly what she tells you. Of course, she tells you to get good score, but also she'll tell you every single event yokai and what they do for boost and what they really do for specific ones. For Nekomata, there's the 2 event Kunkai, Triple S rank and Z rank, and for Hagenheim, there's multiple of them, mainly consisting of small boosts to large boosters, and then of course Hagenheim and any ZZ ranks will consist for helping the impossible stages. Now, I'm only showing off her getting a second try, but it actually took me around 10 to 12 tries to get her. She's a Trimene random vertical line popper. Don't honestly recommend getting her, but if you want her, go right ahead, or if you need SS strength, you should do so. Now time to consist on the last 2 final bosses. It is Black Dragon yet again. However, we can now finally see is White Dragon is finally showing up, which is the true final boss, and has been secretly helping Black Dragon to take down this castle once again. Anyways, we don't want to talk about White Dragon right now, because right now we're going to defeat Black Dragon. So, let's get right into him. Also, this will be the 3rd time you defeat him, and the final time before you fight the impossible stages against him, which those are the real no joke. Although cool music, he's still on the one with 291 damage, losing some and also increasing his health by a decent amount, but yet again, still an extremely underwhelming final boss. Time to fight the final boss. The white dragon, I don't know his name exactly. I tried to look up exactly this version, because it is a Crankai exclusive, but I've heard that that's actually a different version of him, slash a different name. So I don't really fully know his name. I tried to look it up, and I am sorry. If you guys know his full name, put some in the comments. I would really love to know. Anyways, this is some more text talking about how Black Dragon is upset that he's still weak and whatever. Honestly, this story is pretty lame for this event, even though they have extremely cool yokai. Now, White Dragon stats are rather better. 396 damage and 29k health, which the health's still on the weaker end, but the damage can absolutely add up since he's a 3-second attack speeder. So you don't have much time to react. So I would heavily recommend bringing your most powerful yokai for this final boss. Hidden stage, complete stage 45 with no continues. And now we get into the impossible stages. This is heavily not recommended for any beginning or even mid-game users. Now you have a full team of triple Zeta ranks and all the event yokai. This is basically impossible. You must fight 2 stages beforehand. Well, technically you don't. However, they will give you a massive buff once defeated for the final impossible stage. Black Dragon himself at his true stats. This guy is now no joke, being one of the most powerful impossible stages in the game as of right now, being a triple Zeta rank. He has 6 seals to unlock. A lot of consist of doing the golf events, and the last 3 consist of completing Hakeheim to level 10. The first 3 will be damage reduction points, and the last 2 will be health points, and then the final one will do less damage against his counter attack. Of course, all these are basically needed to actually defeat him, since his damage is overwhelming. Anyways, these 2 stages beforehand are also insanely hard, impossible stages, which you need your own event yokai to get to defeat them. I'm going to show off how to die quickly. Anyways, if you defeat them, you'll actually get a buff against the White Black Dragon, and you can also befriend the impossible stage. This one, though, you can't. He has 1300 damage and 256,000 health without any event yokai. We also get an overall massive debuff to our yokai since we have no buffs, which takes longer to get ultimate, fever time, and etc. You saw me get hit in twice and I'm already dead. That's how tough these are without any event yokai. It is of course recommended to have a revive yokai, which they do luckily give, as this 3rd hidden stage does have that secret hidden skill ability. Of course, this is the recommended yokai to get. Get the double Zeta rank and triple Zeta rank guy, and this first dude might be a piece of cake. Without them, it's rather impossible. The next one is actually Necromata himself, we finally get to fight him, unlike in a rather basic golf game. He's also still no joke in this. He also is classed as a hidden stage, and yet again, can't befriend this version. Only the third and final hidden stage you can befriend, which is of course the white dragon. He of course likes meat. I forgot to say that, and I apologize. Yakamada also has been working in the gym. I kind of tried to defeat him for some reason the first time, but then realized I should probably check out his stats. He does 1,000 damage exactly and has 152,000 health. This one actually is rather reasonable to defeat. If you have Benkai, this might legitimately be possible without any of the most event yokai. So I do heavily recommend trying to defeat him out of the 2 mini hit impossible stages. Now time to talk about the last 3 stamps. We already completed 5 and 6. Complete the final boss stage with no continues, and stamp 6 is to complete Necromata's golf event 20 times. And the 7th one is always, we all know it, do that score attack. That score attack is of course always recommended to do. Afterwards you get the legendary Nyanbo coin. I forgot to show off exactly once I did the other impossible stages on the real final impossible stage to befriend Black Dragon. He is stupidly powerful. 8k damage, 7.8 million health. Like I said, literally impossible without any of the event yokai or buffs. I didn't even get a chance to do anything before he murdered me. Of course, that does health and damage drop down massively if you complete all 6 of those seals and do those 2 prior hidden stages. If you can do this, I heavily recommend trying to beat him. I have heard, a very powerful triple zeta rank yokai. Of course, sadly, since this is a beginner account, and I'm still working on this beginner account, that's it for me for that event part. Time to just do the last golf part. I actually went to level 5 with lots of hesitation, but after using 4 accounts, all at a high level, and using level 50 boost, I was actually able to defeat it with actually 20 minutes left. That was pretty amazing to see. It gave me a massive confidence boost to beat level 6. I know I could beat level 6 at this point of the game, however, I need to rebuild my G points. G skills? G packs? Whatever you call them. They have a lot of names, and I honestly don't know which one is the real name nowadays. But anyways, level 5 you might even be able to defeat if you also have your 3 accounts being leveled up. Also, level 5 rewards, just like the past 3 level 5 or level rewards, are extremely powerful. Get more watch parts, even some juice back. But this one, and the actual rewards you get is black watch part yet again, and a 10 coin. Now these coins are specifically for these types of events. This one is the Super Dragon event coin. You can get all the past Dragon event coin, even Death Dragon and anything else. Get every single ZZ rank, Z rank, and any past S rank from this event. Now of course, it's still just a 10 crank with no boost, so you might not be able to get these event yokai. But if you do, that is pretty amazing. I was actually able to get 2 past event yokai. Also, you can't get the ones prior, or from this event. You can also get this dude from the point shop. He's a full screen popper, SS rank brave yokai. I've heard he's actually really good, and he even has a fusion form, which is awesome. I also got a second event yokai from mine, which is just Jibanyan. I think he is also a full screen popper, charming SS rank tribe. This one I have heard is not so good. After that, my 10 cranks were up. I didn't get much else. However, I did go on my alt account and even did a 10 crank from the main event gacha and got 2 event yokai. This is the one I was talking about that was good for the event. She's a triple SS rank vertical line popper that does some pretty decent damage for being rather on the support side. She does a small damage boost against Necromata in the golf event. However, this small damage boost is very powerful. And for my rainbow capsule, I got a Toyota from this event. Dragon God, whatever you want to call this event, Toyota is very, very weak. One of the weakest Z-Ranks in the entire game. It's an eerie tribe, and it makes these balls on screen after you use a ultimate that you must tap, just like QB. However, she does a large damage bonus against Necromata in the golf event. I will be showing off the first weak bonus, which, like I said, is not that weak. 1200 points of damage without any boost. Very amazing. She is very great to defeat Necromata, and you honestly can just use her by herself. However, Toyota has a bigger bonus, of course. She is actually the only other one that has a larger bonus against Necromata. She will round hit for 1900 points before any bonus balls have been picked up, and she gets a massive bonus ball pickup, around 30 or even 100 if it's a large one, by just one bonus ball. That is extremely powerful. Both of these, with the times 6 boost, if you use all 50 energy, will give you around almost 10k damage points. Anyways, I'm going to show off me defeating level 6. I actually didn't really record on it because I was doing this really quickly on all my accounts at once. I had to multitask. As you can see, I got a massive amount of rewards. Really great rewards too before I even get my permanent ones. This one, I finally get my first Z rank, Pandora. You also get the skill point for Toyota, but let's be honest, after this event's over, you won't be using her. Anyways, unlike Toyota, Dragon Warrior version of Pandora is extremely amazing and is a really cool first ever Z rank for my beginner account. She is a massive attack booster that also inflates on the Charming tribe. Very amazing to get. And unironically is one of the best ones to get in the Z rank category for a beginner account. Mainly because attack boosters in the Z rank will never be unusable, since they are still the most meta yokai. Even Z ranks can't compare to the attack boosters for Z ranks, since it's not much. I will show off Toyota with a week 1 attack booster, so maybe this could be more, but she only hit around 44k. Even the triple S rank hit around the same amount. That's how weak Toyota is, and it took me most of my fever time to click the bubbles. Not worth it. Anyways, I'm showing me defeat level 40, which is one of the final event things I need to do this event. After this, that's it for me, sadly. I'm very sorry that I couldn't continue to beat all 10 levels from Hayaki Heim, or even do the impossible ages, but it's just simply not possible on my main of this beginner account. If I ever do beat the next Hayaki Heim level, which is level 7, and get the super powerful coin that gives you a guaranteed Z or ZZ rank, then I will show that off in a separate video. The next level 7, like I said, with that ZZ rank coin, it will give you from this dragon event boost, from this dragon event only, past Z and ZZ rank yokai, not from this event. Very amazing, since you can get Death Dragon, or even any of the cool Venok versions, which are still some of the most meta yokai in the game. Anyways, after defeating level 4, I don't want to look at that level 7. Seeing them on that 290k health is really, really intimidating. Anyways, to do that, it costs 5,800 Y points, but you can get Necromata himself, triple S rank, Charming Tribe, and just like the past Necromatas, would pop a big powerful hiss directly in the middle of the screen. Honestly, extremely underwhelming. I've tested around his damage on my main account, and it's rather on the weaker end for triple S ranks. Of course, I'm showing off all the level 40 rewards, which are some really powerful triple S rank yokai and some powerful SS rank yokai. Shogun King Iva is pretty amazing if you don't have one, and I'm really trying to get him on my main account still. But after losing that massive amount of Y points, I'm going to delay it. Anyways, time to show off Nekomata's boost. He, like I said, pops in the middle of the screen, just like the past Nekomatas, and basically just gets a boost in his damage. However, this damage is really bad. Only 175k. Now, it's not that bad, of course. However, these triple S links have hit insanely hard with 3 attack boosters. Time to show off the final thing in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, but this is the damage he does against Haikiheim. 1507k with the 6 times damage boost. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Good luck with the event.